Hello folks, welcome to Fort McAllister State Park, where 155 years ago, General William Tecumseh Sherman ended his march to the sea right here on the Georgia coast. This time we are doing a educational video on the Lemat Revolver. This was a 9-shot 42 caliber revolver developed by a French southerner in New Orleans named Jean-Alexandre Lemat. He was a good friend of famous Confederate General Pierre-Gustave Beauregard, and his concept design was to create a dragoon pistol that was both a revolver and a shotgun. Under the main barrel here is an 18-gauge shotgun, and it could fire a round of buckshot or a 62 caliber ball. So to load a cap and ball revolver of this type, each component had to be put in separately. You would pour the powder, measured in a brass funnel, into each cylinder, and then you would place a patched lead ball on top of that powder, and then using the loading lever would force the ball into place. And then you take a small percussion cap filled with fulminate mercury, and you would put it on the hollow cone in the rear. When the war broke out in 1861, about 5 years after this was patented, Mr. Lemat moved all of his production over to Paris, France, where about 1,800 of them were produced, and about half of them made it into the Confederacy. Part of the reason why Fort McAllister is here is to protect the coastal waterways from the Yankee Navy, so that blockade runners can come in and ship arms and ammunition into the Confederacy. And this worked pretty well for Mr. Lemat's business. He ended up simplifying the revolver to the second model, which had a loading lever on the left side. They did away with the spur and the ring down here. They also fixed the internals so that it would operate more smoothly. But in 1865, when the war ended, Mr. Lemat had a hard time finding business. He tried manufacturing some in Liège, Belgium, with the pinfire and later centerfire cartridges, but he was such a poor businessman with no one buying his revolvers that he ended up folding his business in 1869. Regardless, it was very devastating firepower. Each of these revolvers, brand new, would cost $40, which the average soldier in the Civil War got $13 a month. So they were mainly carried by generals and colonels, mostly men on horseback who had money and didn't mind carrying the weight on their sides.